Hello, world. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Space of Possibilities with Rachel Silber. And we are exploring more of the Access Consciousness tools, books, manuals, etc. A little bitty snippet at a time, a wee little tool, a wee little question, a wee little possibility. Used often, sprinkled regularly in your life, can make a bigger change, I tell you. So I am holding in my hands a Kindle. I love my Kindle. And in my Kindle, I have a book that is based on a 7-day event from Access Consciousness that is in the, what is it in? It is in, hello, Facebook user, that is in, what is it? It's called Blessed Possibility. It was a 7-day event in New Zealand from around about 2012. My friend and I are cozying together. It's a little brisk outside today, but it is unpredictable and noisy inside the house, so I stepped out. Does it get any better than that? So yesterday's section is just before this one. That one was about things showing up different than what we expect, right? And we had some questions like, whoa, that showed up different than what I thought it would. What else is possible? What else can I choose beyond this? And what else can I choose because of this? This was, some of the questions that we had. If you didn't see yesterday's, maybe watch yesterday's and enjoy those questions and the ideas. This is a couple of paragraphs down. And the person that Gary Douglas, the founder of Access, and the one who was running and facilitating this 7-day event, so he was like, oh, I'm pretty cool with, things looking different, but it's just like pretty cool. So Gary responds, pretty cool with means, well, I kind of receive things looking different, or I just reject them slightly. Kind of like a little bit pregnant. You either is or you isn't. And, is like, it's not really, I kind of means you're basically not. I mean, do you get that? Do you get that there's a basic wall to receiving? There's this like, no, I will not have you if you're not showing up the way that I'd like, right? So pretty cool with means I kind of receive things looking different, or I reject them slightly. Instead, you've got to ask, what possibility do I have here that I have never considered? Be in the question more. You like to come to conclusions and answers. You like to know that you are going to get it right. Now, that's a huge thing. The whole right and wrong topic is huge. And for any of you guys who don't know, Anne Maxwell, I'm not sure where to find it. I will look for it and I will see if I can post it beneath this video in the Space of Possibilities group. She has this beautiful, beautiful product, which is the Rightness. They're called the Rightness clearing loops. And she has taken over the last 3 or 4 years clearings out of different classes in Access Consciousness regarding being right or wrong, which is often where we lock ourselves up. So, this is where we tend to stick ourselves. It's really helpful. I think there's like four different clearing loops already, and the right and wrong. If you've got a lot of points of view about being right, being righteous, being, right about your wrongness, or whatever variation on the theme there is for you, you might consider getting those. They're brilliant. Anyway, you like to come to conclusions and answers. You like to know that you're going to get it right. You like to know that something is going to work the way you want it to work. You have a tendency to decide what it is going to be instead of being in the question, what is the possibility here? This is the way most of you are screwing up your lives. You're looking for a conclusion rather than asking a question that would create a possibility that you've never chosen or considered. The blessing of possibilities is the possibility of something you have never even considered. I mean, how can you even remotely begin to second guess the universe? Can't. And so the only thing you can do is just recognize that there's something available to you. There is a choice and a possibility that's available to you that goes well beyond anything you've ever imagined. And you won't know if you're limiting it to what you've imagined already, which is kind of mental, right? We've already imagined what's been in the past, or what we've seen other people create, or what we may have read about, or what we may have thought about, or other things like that. But it's already stuff that's been processed. It's conceivable in some way in our world. But when you go, what else is possible beyond anything I've ever considered before? That's bigger. That's not just bigger, that's freaking huge. That's beyond anything you can imagine, truly. Have you lived your life by your reality or somebody else's? When you live your life by somebody else's reality, nothing that does not match their reality can even come into your awareness. So you do not have total choice. You've got to get to the place where you're willing to have total choice and total possibility, with no point of view about how it shows up or what it looks like when it shows up. And you have to be willing to not be right ever again. The blessing of possibilities is the possibility of something you've never even considered. In other words, you're wide open. So, I follow different people. I've read different books, inside access, out of access. And I saw something yesterday in my Facebook feed that was absolutely brilliant and reminded me a lot of Gary Douglas's exercise, which he details in the Beyond Utopian Ideals book. But it's called the meditation walk. And that's when you walk in a very small area, and um, you're not on the phone, you're not talking with other people, you're just present and aware of everything around you and everything within you. And you get so present that you recognize your next choice and your next choice and your next choice. It's rather intense in the choosing of it, because most people will, they'll head to a phone, or they'll put earplugs in and they'll listen to something. They'll try to distract themselves. Most people I know are not really interested in being present. And this particular exercise that is a beautiful exercise that Byron Katie was showing, and this is not access, but I thought it was very reminiscent of the meditation walk, was to walk and notice first generation names for things. And so what she means by first generation names is, she says, notice everything around you. Don't notice it as, oh, it's a cold day. How many points of view are we already putting on? It's a day. It's a tree, not a big tree or a little tree or a tree I love, or an oak tree versus an elm tree versus a pine tree versus a, no, it's just simple. Hi tree, hi body, hi world, hi sunshine, hi squirrel. And the whole idea is to be present and be surprised, like awed and surprised at what is, which happens a lot when you're being present. When you're being present without a point of view of how something should be, with no projection or expectation or separation or judgment, there's no rejection, nor of yourself, nor of what is. So, what else would be possible if you would be willing to be truly, truly, truly present? How does it get any better than that? Mwah. See you later, alligators.